Caliber needs 8 for a title. Bang!
There's the emotion.
Boom! Jordan Richard.
Champion again.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sectionals Assignment Show. My name is Emil Williams Jr. In just a few minutes, all of you out there, I know you're gathered, whether you're in a group, hopefully you are hanging out with your squads. You will find out which sectional location you will be headed to in just a few seconds. Before we begin, I want to thank a couple of people. Tonight, our producer is Chase Kaufman. Chase is an Lawrence Tech alum. He helped the squad make the ITC TV show in 2019. I also want to thank our wonderful people, the IBC youth staff, Melissa Matos, Andrew Lowy, Zach Barton, Janae Jones, Brandon Cruz, and Brian English. Without them, without that crew, none of this will be possible. And a couple other people who'd like to remain nameless, and we respect their wishes. But thank you so much to the IBC youth team, and of course, those who directly handle USBC Collegiate. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with how the sectional assignment process works, let's go through that here quickly. The process is based on ranking points earned during the regular season, and USBC attempts to place no more than 2 of the top 8 schools and no more than 4 of the top 16 schools in any sectional. Again, all based on the team ranking system. The top 80 eligible men's and the top 80 eligible women's teams are seeded this year into sectionals. The increase in women's teams this year is due to the overall growth of women's bowling across the college bowling landscape. So shout out to our sport and the wonderful programs and institutions who are looking into bowling and helping the sport grow in that manner. The sectionals formats, if you're unfamiliar with that, it'll be 64 Baker games, which certainly is a lot. But when you get to this time, it's the postseason, you got to earn it. 64 Baker games, 32 on Saturday, 32 games on Sunday, with total pinfall determining the top 4 teams who will advance to the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Sectionals weekend will take place March 8th through the 10th. Again, March 8th through the 10th across 4 locations in Allen Park, Michigan, Addison, Illinois, Fort Worth, Texas, and Smyrna, Tennessee. March 8th specifically will be the Intercollegiate Singles qualifying day. So March 8th, singles, March 9th and 10th will be team competition, respectively. As we get to the national level, of course, and you advance, the ISCs and the ITCs, that full week will take place April 15th through the 20th. It'll be at Kingpin Lanes in Jeffersonville, Kentucky. That is just outside of Louisville. The TV shows will be taped on the 20th of that month. And here's a quick look at the TV show air dates and times for each respective show. They will begin April 23rd at 7 p.m. with the ISC Women's Show, then followed by the ISC Men's Show on April 30th. May 7th, the ITC Women's Show will air. And then on May 14th, the ITC Men's Show will air. Again, all times at 7 p.m. And as a moment, all times are indeed Eastern. And then one additional note, a fun note to mention. This is the 50th season of USBC Collegiate postseason play, 50 years of handing out Helmer Cups. We certainly look forward to what is at stake and what's going to be on April 20th when those Helmer Cups will indeed be given. And the inaugural year here in 2024 of the USBC Collegiate Hall of Fame. How about that? We know the inductees, and we will hear more about them, their bios, their acceptance speeches that'll all take place during the week of April 15th through the 20th, specifically at the Night of Champions banquet, excuse me. What a fun week it's going to be in April in Louisville. So without further ado, let's get into it. Chase, it is time to learn the 80 men's and 80 women's eligible teams headed to sectionals. We will begin things in Addison, Illinois. And we start with the men's teams. The third-ranked team in the land And the top ranked team here in Addison, it's the Mount Mercy Mustangs, who won 5 events during the regular season, including the Kegel ISBPA, their first Tier 1 victory in program history. Freshman Zach Andreessen leads a group of youth in experience in average at 212.5 and is the top rookie in average across the country. The 2022 men's ITC champions, they sit 7th overall across the team rankings and just behind Mount Mercy here in this sectional. They are looking for another run at a championship. They bowled an outstanding 14 events. Outstanding and astounding. All of those things apply here. 14 events this season and finished in the top 5 in power points 12 times with a few wins on the belt as well. Garrett Meadows, one of the vets on the squad, is 14th in the country in average at 214. They are followed by St. Xavier, who got 2 wonderful transfers, and Bobby Habetler and Michael Harmon Jr. They sit 11th in the country. McKendree, a couple of national titles in their program's history. They are 14th on the men's side, followed by Marian University in Wisconsin. They are 20th. Rory doing great work there. Milligan University is 24th. St. Francis, Illinois, do not count them out, nor can you count out Midland. Hastings, Rock Valley's got a couple of national junior college titles in their program's history. Wisconsin, Oshkosh, Huntington, Thomas More, Judson, Quincy, Viterbo, Wisconsin Stout, Culver Stockton, Waldorf, and Grandview. Now on to the women's teams, where the top-ranked team in the country, the Mount Mercy women. Could this be the year the Mustangs find themselves in the ITC title match? They earned first-place power points in 7 of their events, including 2 Tier 1s. They finished no worse than 4th in any event regarding power points and came away with multiple victories throughout the season. Freshman Brooke Salzman is one of the top players in the nation and leads the country in average differential. You can't forget about last year's Player of the Year and Megan Kohlberg as well. St. Xavier is 6th across the country. They are next, I should say, and boast a consistent approach to the season with 7 events in the top 5 regarding power points. Megan Gilson, Olivia DeJadis are just 2 of the top players on the squad who look to help the Cougars return to the ISCs and the ITCs. The Calumet College of St. Joseph, they are 11th. St. Francis, Illinois, again, the Fighting Saints, a short drive from Joliet, they're 16th. Notice Milligan with high rankings in both the men's and women's squads. Judson, same thing. Wright State University. Duquesne, always a troublesome squad at ITCs, as is McKendree. They're actually the defending women's champions on the ITC squad. Grandview University sits 38th. Marian University, then Culver Stockton College, Marian of Wisconsin, that is. Stephen F. Austin State, they've won an ITC title. There is Huntington, Delaware State, Wisconsin-Madison, Columbia College, Midland, Bethel University of Indiana, and Waldorf. And then closing out Addison, Lewis will make the short trip. Viterbo University, and again, Rock Valley College, located in Rockford, Illinois. Congratulations to all who are headed to Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois, again, March 9th and 10th. Folks, ask when your league will be bowling the Pepsi tournament, because that's important. A lot of our wonderful top stars and our youth, and certainly the collegiate world, all began in the Pepsi Youth Championships. Big thanks to Pepsi, the official soft drink of bowling, and proud sponsor, certainly, of the Pepsi Youth Championships. And now we move to Smyrna, Tennessee, and we find out which teams are headed south. First, it's the men's squads, where the Weber International men are 2nd in the country and look to begin another deep postseason run. As a team, the Warriors have finished no lower than 5th in any event and grabbed first-place power points at the Midwest Collegiate Championships. The Warriors are equipped with one of the deepest rosters in the country, with first-team All-American and transfer Brandon Bone and veteran A.J. Wolstenholme helping lead a squad that is full of potential All-Americans. Just beyond Weber is the Savannah College of Art and Design Bees. They sit 5th in the country. They also boast a lot of depth, with Julian Salinas Tyrell Ingles, Justin Bone, and transfer Kai Evans all in the mix. The Bees earned top 5 Tier 1 power points on 3 occasions this season and are backed by one of the top coaches, of course, in Katie Thornton. Indiana Tech ranked 10th overall, followed by Northwestern Ohio. Marion University of Indiana is 17th. Shout out to Nolan Blessing, who captured the individual title at the Hoosier. Tennessee Wesleyan, Shrine, and Purdue. Belmont Abbey. Shout out to Josh for the Pin for Pin podcast. Folks, the last 5 teams can all make some noise here in Smyrna on the men's side. Emmanuel University is 37th. The Ohio State University, followed by Missouri Baptist, Shawnee State, Vincennes, the University of the Cumberlands, Savannah College of Art and Design, Cumberland University, and the University of Central Florida. Then on to the women's side of things, where the 2 teams here just kind of flip-flop. It's Savannah College of Art and Design. The Bees will have the higher ranking here. They are 3rd in the country and captured first-place power points in 6 events on the season, including 2 Tier 1s. They took home the victory at the Kegel ISBPA and have put together one of the best seasons in program history. Laura Kurt continues to fuel the team as she's in the top 10 in average and average differential. The Weber International Warriors, they're ranked 5th, of course, and sit behind SCAD Savannah. The 2016 ITC champions look once again poised to bring home another Helmer Cup. The Warriors finished no less than 7th in any Tier 1 power point, including qualifying first at the Midwest Collegiate. Jackie Watura and Linda Himes are 2 of the top players in the country in both average and average differential. Trine is in the top 10 in overall standing, followed by Indiana Institute of Technology. Jacksonville State, folks, they are 22nd, the top-ranked team in NCAA women's bowling. They are going to be a test for everyone there in Smyrna. Cumberland University, Ohio State, University of the Cumberlands, Mount St. Mary, shout out to Coach Kenneth DeGraff, Marion University in Indiana. There is Wisconsin Whitewater. They can do some damage as well. Northwestern Ohio, Shawnee State, Emmanuel University, Maryland Eastern Shore, Missouri Baptist, Monmouth, Tennessee Wesleyan, and Kentucky Wesleyan. Congratulations to all who are headed to Smyrna. And folks, that Smyrna sectional, usually it's Addison that's got a lot of the tough teams, certainly, and it could be difficult, but Smyrna could be very interesting. Make sure you keep an eye on that one on March 9th and 10th. Make sure you keep an eye on Bowler's Journal as well. It's a way to stay a step ahead, and you can only do that with Bowler's Journal. From news and notes to storytelling, the best in bowling. Make sure you subscribe today at bowlersjournal.com. We continue on with our sectionals assignment show. Who wants to go to Fort Worth, Texas? Well, let's find out. First, it's the men of Wichita State. They are the top-ranked team in the country and will begin their quest for their 3rd ITC crown in 4 years. Per usual, they are deep from top to bottom with a roster filled with experience and youth. The Shockers bowled 10 events this season and finished first in power points in all but 2. TJ Rock has stepped into a phenomenal leadership role and certainly could be an All-American, while Spencer Robarge and Ryan Barnes are back in the mix, top 10 in average and average differential. Just below the Wichita State Shockers, it's the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. They are the 6th-ranked team in the country. The Fighting Bees have amassed 5 top 5 finishes this season in power points and 4 additional top 10 finishes. The Fighting Bees took home the season-opening Tier 1 in Wisconsin and will look to return to the ITC title match for the 3rd time in 4 years. Of course, both of those times previously, they met Wichita State in the finals. Will this be the year for St. Ambrose? They certainly have the roster, and they believe that they can do it. Newman is 9th, and that's the sleeper team right there. Be on the lookout for Newman, Oklahoma Christian, CJ Petrin and company. Grand Canyon with an 18th ranking. Fantastic job by Ben Canfield. Lindenwood University, that's a 2-time ITC champion. Shout out to LU, my alma mater. Ottawa University, they can get it done as well. Southern Nazarene, University of Texas San Antonio and Fresno State. Midway University, Coach Hall and Company from Kentucky. There's William Penn, Arizona Christian, Arizona State, the University of Nebraska, Iowa Western Community College, Peru State, Drury University, San Jose State, and UC Davis. And finally, rounding out our teams headed to Fort Worth in the men's division, Baker University and Kansas Wesleyan. We move to the women's side of things, where the Wichita State women, the second-ranked team in the country, and all they've done this year is finish no less than third in any event. They won the demanding Hoosier Classic to finish the year and will enter the postseason looking to add another Helmer Cup inside the trophy case at the Radigan Student Center. Mary Orphis put together another All-American-like season as she helps lead the Shockers into the postseason. If you're looking for a team, folks, who could do some damage, look no further than another team from Kansas in Ottawa University. The 8th-ranked Braves were excellent in Tier 1 competition with 3 top 10 finishes in power points and a host of top billing finishes in Tier 2 action. Ottawa has 3 players with an average differential of 20 or better. They are followed by St. Ambrose, both the men's and women's squads from St. Ambrose doing work. Lindenwood University, a 2-time ITC champion, they're 14th. There is Midway, led by Coach Jason Utchwald. They're 18th. William Penn, 21st. Morningside, Oklahoma Christian, Baker University, Louisiana Tech, one of the top teams in the NCAA. They can get some things done, too, making Fort Worth very interesting. Newman University, William Woods, Tulane, they all can get the job done along with Iowa Western. There's Barton Community College, UAB, we see you, Michelle, Spring Hill College, and Southern Nazarene. Good luck to all of their teams headed to City View Lanes in Fort Worth, Texas. Well, folks, if you're looking for a spot to watch 60 live bowling events and over 1,200 plus hours of competition, well, look no further than Bowl TV, PBA, PWBA, the best in youth, the best in collegiate, the best in TNBA, and everything in between can all be found at bowltv.com for a complete broadcast schedule. Of course, pricing right there on your screen. To subscribe, make sure you visit bowltv.com. And last but certainly not least, let us find out who is headed to Allen Park, Michigan as our sectionals assignment show rolls on. We start with the men's teams, and how about some home cooking? If you're a fan of Lawrence Tech, the Blue Devils will make the 25-minute drive, give or take, depending on traffic, of course, to Thunderbolt Lanes. Lawrence Tech captured the Hoosier Classic for perhaps their most coveted victory in program history. This is a team who finished second at ITCs in 2019 and might be poised to return to the TV show this season. Noah Samuels, the talented lefty, is one of the top players in the nation in both average and average diff. There, behind the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, sits the Calumet College Crimson Wave. The men will make the drive to Thunderbolt Lanes from Northwest Indiana. They are ranked and will enter Allen Park on the strengths of one of the top 5 and 2 top 10 finishes in Tier 1 competition. Their Tier 2 record is also very strong, with nothing lower than a 3rd place finish in power points. Coach Mike Kabacki will look to get his group back to the ITC finals, and that will start in Allen Park, a group you should not underestimate. Another group you should underestimate is Pikeville. They are 12th. William Patterson, they always turn it up a notch when it's postseason time. They're 15th, followed by Muskegum University. There's Concordia, Spring Arbor, and Davenport, all in the state of Michigan. Robert Morris University, PA, Aquinas as well. SUNY Stony Brook, RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, Wright State, Michigan Dearborn, St. Vincent College, Bowling Green State, Notre Dame College, Walsh University, New Jersey Institute of Technology, then the University of Rio Grande. And now we head to the women's squads, where Pikeville again sits atop the women's teams here in Allen Park. They are the 4th-ranked team in the country and have been one of the best teams for several years, dating back almost 2 decades at this point. The two-time ITC champions finished no lower than 5th in power points in 13 events. Christina Cato, Kelsey Cummings, Brianna Rogers, and Vanessa Fuzzi all have average differentials of 20 or more. The Davenport women's team looks to advance to ITCs this year after a heartbreaker last year in Addison, where it saw them miss advancing to ITCs by just a few pins. They are ranked 7th this year. They've been solid in Tier 1 competition, but really shined in Tier 2 events along with conference play. The return of Corinne Bouchard and Casey Eden placed the Panthers as a team to watch in their home state of Michigan. And speaking of the state, there is Spring Arbor ranked 12th. Notre Dame College is 15th. Co-College, shout out to Iowa, they're 20th. Concordia, St. Vincent, North Carolina A&T, again, one of the best in NCAA competition. Muskegon, and there is Maryville again. Will Maryville and Davenport meet again for a spot in the ITCs? We'll find out. Sacred Heart University, they're solid, along with Lawrence Tech, the University of Rio Grande, Lourdes University, Alvernia, Walsh University, William Smith College, Cleary University, Alma, and Kutztown. And again, folks, congratulations to everyone headed to Thunderbolt lanes and all of our teams headed across the country to our 4 respective sectionals locations. What a time to be alive, and 2024 might be one of the best years we have seen, certainly across ITCs and ISCs, with a full schedule, a USBC Collegiate Hall of Fame, a couple of Helmer Cups, and certainly some singles championships to give away as well. It is going to be a fun week in the Louisville, Kentucky area. Speaking of singles competition, important notes here regarding ISC registration times. Chase, let's put that up on the screen. Please note the time of each specific sectional. 10 a.m. Allen Park, Michigan, noon Smyrna, Tennessee, 2 p.m. Addison, Illinois, 4 p.m. Fort Worth, Texas. All of those times are central, but those are the times individually that if you are going to one of those sectionals, whichever one you're going to, that's the time that you need to hit up bowl.com/ISCs. Again, do not register for the wrong sectionals. And then finally, just to recap, our dates and times for the TV finals of all 4 shows on CBS Sports Network. Again, Tuesday, April 23rd at 7 p.m., the ISC Women's Show will air. Tuesday, April 30th at 7 p.m., the ISC Men's Show will air. Tuesday, May 7th at 7 p.m., the ITC Women. And then we close things out on CBS Sports Network Tuesday, May 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. What a fun week it's going to be. I thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit of your evening here on this wonderful Wednesday night across Bowl TV and the many networks and social media platforms that you are watching us from. On behalf of the United States Bowling Congress and the Bowling Proprietors Association of America, we'd like to thank all of our gold partners, Storm, Kegel, I Am Bowling, Lane Talk, and CDE, and our silver partners, RotoGrip, 900 Global, and Motive. For the entire ISBC or IBC youth staff, our producer tonight, Chase Kaufman. I know he's saying go Lawrence Tech in the background. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We say so long for now, folks. Be safe, be well, and we will see you in March. Don't forget, you can watch all the sectionals competition right here on Bowl TV. Until then, folks, be safe, be well, and we will see you in March. Good night.